Okay. So I wanted to thank Rabbi Adler Shlita for making the effort to not only coming tonight, but for all the years of the first year of Tzeh, first week of Tzeh Ulmad, to kick it off, and hopefully everyone's inspired to continue coming every week we have it, which is usually every second week. Of course, it's this is the best speaker is this week, so I saved the best for first, but doesn't matter. Try to make the effort to come. And this week, especially, Rabbi Adler's just got up from Shloshim, just finished Shloshim for his father, so double extra thank you. And the shiur and the broadcast is in memory of his father. Remind me his name, please. Eliyahu Reb Yoir. Okay.
Thank you. First, I expressed my gratitude for having this year of Nishmas. My father, we just finished Shloshim last Shabbos. He was niftar on Chaf Aleph Chodesh Av, Tafshim Pei Beis, and he would for sure have nachas, know that people come together to learn Torah, and we make it Torah. Saves the health and to have a Nechama.
Amen.
So we call this year Tzeh Ulmad, and we try and figure out what it means Tzeh Ulmad. In previous years, I think we had different explanations what this can mean. Perhaps we can say a new chat this year. There's a tifa piece in the Rab Shitzarov in Zera Kodesh. The Rab Shitzarov, and Naftali of Rab Shitz, was a Rebbe of the Tzanzerov, Talmud of the Choiz of Lublin, and there's a very deep sefer called Zera Kodesh. And he tries to explain to us what took place by the akidah. Avraham Avinu wanted to shecht Yitzchak, and Hashem told him no. You don't shecht Yitzchak, you take the aisle instead. And on Rosh Hashanah, we make a big deal about the fact they took the aisle. The Gemara tells us, Amr Bavo, Lama Toikim b'Shofar shel aisle. Why do you take a Shofar shel aisle? In order that you should remember akidah Yitzchak ben Avraham. I don't understand. Is it the big zchus that Avraham went and he shechted the aisle? That's not a big deal. They shechted the aisle. Why do we make a zoiche of a shofar that comes from an aisle? That wasn't the Nesiah of Avraham Avinu. Anybody that can do that. The Nesiah was to shech his son Yitzchak that he was ready to do. So we should make a zoiche for Kedes Yitzchak, not take a shofar of an aisle. A few times we have this question. He says like this. Avraham Avinu wanted to shech Yitzchak meant Avraham understood that shechting Yitzchak means getting rid of the concept of Yitzchak. Avraham is midas hachesed, Yitzchak is midas hagevura. So when the tzivur for Avraham to shech Yitzchak means to eradicate gevura, get rid of gevura altogether. There will be a place only of chesed. That was the tzivur, shech Yitzchak. Hashem says no. If we don't have gevuras Yitzchak in this world, we're finished, we're lost. As we know, the Psukim tell us in the parsha of Aroy, the parsha of Achrobois, Znus is called chesed he. Chesed. When chesed doesn't have any restraint, doesn't have the ability to be the tzamtzum of itself, then it goes and it spills over, and it looks like something that the world looks like today. We don't have the kerch of Gevura, then we're in a bad shape, a bad spot. We'll never survive. You can't shecht Yitzchak. What do you shecht? You shecht the aisle achir. Aisle is a loss of strength. The pasuk says, "Ves elei haaretz," the strong ones from the land. Yesh le'eli yadi lasi bachem ra. Eli strength. There's an aisle achir, which means there's a strength from the dark side, in the achir. There's a gevura de klippa. What's that gevura de klippa? You have people that say, "I'm not interested in being inspired. I don't want to come to a shiur. It's difficult." Then he has some feelings of pangs of guilt. I'm not going to a shiur. I mean, Rosh Hashanah is coming. They said, "No, I'm strong. I'm a gibor, and I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna have that gevura." That's the gevura of the aisle achir. That's the gevura of the tzad klippa. That's the gevura you have to get rid of. So what Avraham Avinu did was, we had the right balance. He took Yitzchak Avinu and he says, "No, Yitzchak's gonna stay. We're gonna take the aisle achir, that type of gevura, and that we're gonna slaughter. In order we should have the chesed with the balance of gevura, and that's the chus that we need. Getting rid of the aisle achir. We take the shofar and we get inspired. And you talk shofar be'ir, va'amla yachradu. Shofar is there to inspire people. Is there to shake us up. Why? Because the shofar comes from the aisle achir. The aisle achir, the gevura, the klippa doesn't let inspiration. lets people be stubborn, hard, and say, I'm not going to budge. Be a nice belt filler, sing a beautiful song, not going to touch me. I have al achir. With akidah, we got rid of that. We have the chesed with the right kibura. So Tzeh Ulmad means sometimes we have to leave our comfort zone. Sometimes we don't want to be inspired. Sometimes we feel, we're good. And we machazik ourselves and say, no, let's try and be even bigger, even greater. That's this koach of Tzeh Ulmad. And there's a few moments that we have in our lives that could be the moments that determine our lives. The Magidim say the following story. There was once this family that bought tickets to go to the zoo. Kids are very excited, they bought expensive tickets. They were there from the morning, the whole day. They went to the monkeys, they went to the gorillas, and they went to the tigers, and all the animals. 5 o'clock, it was supposed to be by the lions. That was feeding time for the lions. This family goes, make sure they keep to the schedule. At 5 minutes to 5, they're standing outside the lion's den, the cage over there, ready to see feeding time for the lions. All of a sudden, this man standing there by the gate near the lions hears how one lion says to the other, Rebbe, is it time yet? Go out. Almost 5 o'clock. So we have to go. He was furious. Furious. This whole thing's a joke. They're not really lions. They're people dressed up like lions. He went running back to the zookeeper and he started screaming at him. He says, this is what you do. You take people's money and you take people for a ride. You don't have any lions over there. They're human beings dressed in lion skins. A chutzpah. So the zookeeper says, well, calm down. What's your proof? What's your proof? What do you mean? I heard them talking to each other in English. Just 1 second. They look like lions? Yeah. They make noise like lions? Yeah. Are they all 4 like lions? Yeah. They have the look of the lion. They have the noise of the lion. The way they walk. Okay, a few minutes. They slipped and said a few words. Big deal. Why get so angry? Who said they're not lions? And this zookeeper is obviously wrong. Because if a few words are said to these lions, that's a proof, undisputable, that they are not lions. During the year, we do different things. We get involved in different things. And we can look at us and say, are we are we really Mlechus Kahanim, we go Kaddish? Then it comes these days, a few moments throughout the Yom Neroim, that we bring out this Tzeh Ulmad. We go out of our comfort zone and we are different. We are the Hoibim. Those few moments are the proof for the rest of the year, what we are all about, what we made out of, what we are, what's our essence. We can't say, yeah, that was grade, that was a coincidence. No, that defines our very Metzias. That inspiration, that chizuk, that is Allah, that is Iris, that's who we are. That comes out in these days of Yomim HaNeroim, Yemei Slichas, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Simchas Torah. These are the days that we are Baruch Hashem zoiche to live through. That's the essence of the Tzeh Ulmad. I want to share a thought we had this year. We know something different about Rosh Hashanah than any other Yom Tov. The Medrash tells us, once in Shemayim, they were stepping up the stage for the Yom Adin. They're putting all the chairs there, and they asked Hashem, when is Yom Adin going to be? He says, I think on schedule, tomorrow comes the next day. And they said, okay, let's start. Hashem said, no, postponed. Till further notice. He says, why? What happened? He says, I heard there's a Bezdin down here that decided to make Elul Mu'uber, add another day to Elul, and therefore Rosh Hashanah is the next day. He said, okay, cancelled. That's what the Medrash says. And this is an interesting phenomenon. In Shemayim, they look at the Luach to figure out when it's going to be Rosh Hashanah. We don't have that for another Yom Tov. Another Yom Tov, we know before on which day it's going to be. On Rosh Hashanah, it's very clear that we have control of the calendar, we have control of Teresh Shabbat Peh, and we have control of what's going on up there. How can we tie that in to the essence of Rosh Hashanah? The other week, Reb Heinrich Ginsburg was supposed to come give a drasha. So I felt very bad. I know Heinrich from years back. He works with my brother in Muncie. So I called him up and I asked him, please share with me the drasha you got to say. What were you going to say? He sent me a text. Mar Mokka that's going to say, he says, please say it in Toronto because I had in mind to say it over here. It should be said over here. So maybe this is going to be the shlama of that drasha. He showed me a most unbelievable piece in Shlomo Volba. In Da Shlomo on Shavuos, page Kuv Zayin. You have the same, you can look up inside. I'm not going to say it exactly how I said it. I'm going to change a little bit. You look inside, Niftar Gemaima. Rashi says in Parshas Bereshis that we know that the Nachash HaKadmoni went and taught Adam Harishons to eat from the Eits Hadas. He got Adam Harishons to eat from the Eits Hadas. How did he get Adam Harishons to eat from the Eits Hadas? What did the Eits Hadas say? What language did he use? Says Rashi from Chazal, the Nachash was mafat to Adam. He says, "Yisim kelekim yoyde toivera." You know what will happen if you eat from Eits Hadas? You will be able to create worlds. You'll be able to bury alamis. You'll be like the Eibishter. And the Eibishter didn't want you to do that because he didn't want the competition. But go ahead. Go and eat from Eits Hadas, because then you'll be able to build olamas like the Eibishter. And Adam Harishon fell for it, and he ate from the Eits Hadas. Hard to understand. Really? Adam Harishon, Yitzir Kapo Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, created by the Eibishter, there in Gan Eden, tells him, yeah, you eat from the Eits Hadas, you start creating worlds. What's this? What is this, Meshugas? What's going on? So I'm changing a little bit. This is what he says. We know that Klal Yisrael do have the ability to create olamas. Once the Torah was given to Klal Yisrael, then the fact of the matter is, we are boira olamas. We create worlds. As a Nefesh HaChaim is marich in the Sefer, and the reason why Nefesh HaChaim writes a lot about this type of topics, we don't find this in any other Sfarim, not in Mesilas Yesharim, not in Shara Tshuva. His once from Gesher Ribna. He thinks because of that they had to compete with the chassidim. The chassidim sure get together. He says no, they knew Nefesh HaChaim that the chassidim, the non-chassidim, were losing people to the chassidic movement very, very loud. And they're very upset by each one that they were losing. The greatest minds were going over to the chassidic side. Still are. So he wrote a sefer. He wrote in Yanim of Kabbalah, these type of things they never spoke like before. We give their perspective, say stay here. We have here's also not a bad place. That's true or not, that's his theory. So Nefesh HaChaim is marich. This is sprach of all the chassidic Sfarim. That since Ma'abed Har Sinai, we have the ability to control all the Lamas Elyonim. Pasuk says, "Tnu oiz leilakim." We give strength to the Eibishter. What we do determines what's going to happen in all those olamas. As Nefesh HaChaim said, the chassidic taich, the Mishnah said in Perkei Avos, da mala mala memcha. Taich is the Nefesh HaChaim. You should know what's going on. Lamaila memcha is from you. When we daven Shemona Esrei, what's going on in the Lamas and Yonim is unimaginable. When we come to Year of Tzeh Ulmad, you go to Tzeh Ulmad, you go out to the Lamas, you'll see what's going on and coming to Lentor. And this is a mistake people make. I remember Matisyo Zangazun used to say, he learned to chassidim Barbelia Lapian. Barbelia, he was a tremendous orator, Barbelia. On a shiur, he put things down like nobody else. It was unbelievable. He once had a shmuz in chassidim on the famous Targum, the last pasuk in Keheles, where it says, "Soif davar akol nishma, es likim yirei, es mitzvos v'shemoir, ki zeh kol adam." The Targum writes, it means there'll come a day when everything will become revealed. Everything will be known. And he put it down so clearly and vividly that everything you thought about, everything you did, everything you didn't do, all that you accomplished, didn't accomplish, what you said to this one, said to that one, will all be clear in front of everybody. That'll be pretty embarrassing. And the pasuk concludes, Shavir Shemaim. He says, Rebellion said that in a shmuz, he put it down with the back signer. That night in Chassidim, nobody fell asleep. They couldn't fall asleep. They were shaken up to the core. What does it mean? You go to Shemaim after 120, you'll see everything a person did, everything he accomplished, and every Aveira. How will that work? People think it means a screen. They'll have a Zoom, and they have a screen out there, and you see, on Thursday night, Chav Zion, Elul, you were in a Agudas Yisrael. Wow, check. That's not good. Doesn't mean that, obviously not. There's no video screen in Shemaim. It means the alamis that we created, those that destroyed alamis, will be noticeable. You go up there in the spiritual world, you'll see this is what I created. See all that? This is clear. This is this Romanian Shmerabah, that's this Kaddish, that's this Kedusha, that's this Tefillin, that's this Tzitzis, that's this Torah. It'll all be there. And you see these are the things that were destroyed. It's all in front of the person. Everything will be noticeable because we are the ones that are building worlds and have the koyach to destroy worlds. We have this koyach. This is the koyach Klal Yisrael have. Adam Harishon was a neshama keleles. In Adam Harishon lay the neshama of Moshe Rabbeinu Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, Abai, Rava, Rashi Rabbeinu Tam, Sefer Kirega, Baal Shem Tov, Chaznish, and Briskerov, and us. We were all part of the Nechama Adam Harishons. He had all of us inside him. The Eits Hadas told him, you know something? You have to reach a new level. Till now, you had tremendous wisdom. You understood every animal, what its tachlis and tafkid is. You understood godliness. One thing you're lacking. You don't have a koach to build worlds. That you don't have yet. You have it within you. Don't you feel inside you an urge to be able to have the ability to build olamos? And he had it inside him. Because he had the neshama of the Klal Yisrael, the Doirei Fehem. So Nachash told him, this is what you have to do. This is the way to go. You see, you feel it. That you have this necessity. You have this ability to build worlds. So Nachash was telling him, when you know how you do it, you'll eat from the Eits Hadas, and then you will be able to create worlds. That was a mistake. The Eits Hadas couldn't do it. The Eits HaChaim could do it. Right, Shavuot. The Eits HaChaim, that's the shiur of Torah. You do it. Eits Hadas doesn't get you there. That was the pitu. Just got the wrong tree. But the shiur was right. That we have the koach to create worlds. We have the koach to turn over the world upside down. Everything depends on us. And then we got Ma'amad Har Sinai. It was premature. We don't have that koach. Adam Harishons didn't have that koach yet. But in potential, he had that koach. And it's such a taiva to be able to do that. The accomplishment is tremendous. And Adam Harishons fell to do this Aveira. Says the Medrash, and the Ram brings this. What's the essence of Rosh Hashanah? When did Adam Harishons sin with a chet of Eits Hadas? On Rosh Hashanah. And the Eibishter said to him, you sinned with this chet, and you did tshuva. And as a result of the tshuva that you did, yatzasa b'dimus. You went out b'dimus, which means you got off the hook. Kach, in the same way. Every single year on Rosh Hashanah, Vanecha will stand in front of me in Rosh Hashanah, and they will do tshuva, and they'll go out b'dimus. What's the pshat? How did Adam Harishons do tshuva? And how do we do tshuva? And we are similar to Adam Harishons. I think the pshat is like this. The Aveira was, you wanted to build olamas prematurely. The tikkun to that chet is that we build olamos the right way. What's the way how we build olamos? Through the medium called Torah Kedosha. Torah Kedosha is the shoresh habriya. Torah Kedosha is the blueprint of the entire world. His tackle b'oraisa bar alma. The oraisa is the world. Since yesh koach b'yad chachamim lakadav min haTorah, that means Chazal have a koach over the bria. The Torah is the bria, and we are learning Torah. We are have the bria. We make all this tikkunim possible. The tshuva of Adam Harishons was, you'll see, I'm going to have children. There'll be a whole legacy of a Klal Yisrael that will build olamas, not Eits Hadas, Eits HaChaim. And that's how Adam Harishons went b'dimus. Adam Harishons ate in Eits Hadas, and he brought Misa L'Olam. He brought destruction to the world. He brought darkness to this place. The tikkun is Rosh Hashanah. When we understand that we are going to eat from the Eits HaChaim through the Torah and build worlds. Let me read a few words of the Sasemes, and I think this is what he means. He says himself, Sasemes in Tav Reish Mem Aleph, that he's being a katza. I'll read the words. Hene, Rosh Hashanah says, Me'tshuva humi mo'is. It's not a new thing. Rosh Hashanah says Me'tshuva happened since Bris Olam. Avol Ibnei Yisrael nasa hakoil al pi haTorah. By Klal Yisrael, our perspective of Rosh Hashanah says Me'tshuva is all through Torah. Umikoydem hoy b'kayach asar mamoros. Originally, the world was ran through asar mamoros nivra olam, but of Ibnei Yisrael who b'kayach aseres adibros v'haTorah. This is a lot of a lot of places as we changed the Asar Mamoros into Aseres Adibros, we'll be marked down that. V'zeh Isa. The Gemara says, Imru lefane Malchus. On Rosh Hashanah we say the 10 Sukkah Malchus. Zichroinos. And we say Zichroinos. Sheyale zichronechem lefane letoiva uvameh b'shoifa. We want to have a good year. We want to be zoiche sheyale zichronenu lefane letoiva. How do you do that? How are we zoiche to be written in Sifron Shel Tzadikim Gemurim for Ksivach Simatova? You use a shofar. What's a shofar? Kloima. Sheyeh nasa kala tikunim b'yom hazeh. All the tikunim that have to happen on Rosh Hashanah. It's the beginning of the year again. If it's the beginning, means the entire Asir, the future of the whole year of Tafshi Pei Gimel, all lies in the beginning, all lies in Rosh Hashanah. And all the tikkunim that we do on this day will be al pi haTorah. Shofar is a shofar of Mamre Har Sinai. Shofar represents the koach haTorah. But how are we going to make those tikkunim? How are we going to control all the ilamos? That's through shofar. Im ki gam mitzad hateva b'yom hazeh kulam avakshim zois. Aval shofar the kula haTorah she pnimis hakoil. We dedicate ourselves to Torah. We tie ourselves and bond ourselves to Torah. That's how we make sure that Yal is rechanechem lafana l'tova. It's from the Shulchan Aruch that we blow Techias shofar by the bima. We take the shofar, the Baltkeh stands by the bima. Interesting minhag. Some do it by Shtilas Shmonesha too. Here too. Yeah. The Baltkeh stands by the bima. Why? Says Mishnah Berurah, no, they should remember the Schos HaTorah. Remember the Schos HaTorah? Interesting. Maybe we should shake lulav by the bima. Remember the Schos HaTorah. Why by Rosh Hashanah? By shofar. Do we use the Schos HaTorah when we blow the shofar? I think the answer is Fasemes. Because on Rosh Hashanah, the world is being rebuilt, renewed, nischadish, and the year is being nischadish. And we have to make all these tikkunim. We have to build olamas. And we got to build olamas that'll be filled of shefa, of toiv, of brachas, of shidduchim, of children, of nachas, of everything that he needs. How do we do that? On the day that Adam Harishons was zoiche and he tried a different medium to build olamas, we say no. We got to build olamas through one way and one way only. Remember shofar. Shofar is this koach haTorah. We stand by the bima, stand the place that we had to create a Torah for the last 13 months. We said this place has the Schos HaTorah. It's with the Torah that we started the world anew. And if that's the truth, this is the understanding of the tikkun of the chet of Eits Hadas. This brings Chaim L'Olam. That's why on Rosh Hashanah we find this strange phenomenon. In heaven, I don't know when Rosh Hashanah going to be. They have no clue. It all depends on us. How does it depend on us? Because this brings out, this emphasizes the koach of Klal Yisrael, that we are in control of the olamas. We can tell the Eibishter, today is Rosh Hashanah, yesterday wasn't Rosh Hashanah. We have that koach. This unique ability of doing that is the tikkun of the chet of the Eits Hadas. He wanted to control the world through another way. We say no. We were given this koach through the koach HaTorah to build the olamas. So Rosh Hashanah is the day that Klal Yisrael remember the koach of filling the world with shefa, building olamas, and everybody in their personal life build olamas of a mebbe shofar. And therefore we come together at Tzeh Ulmad, go out and figure out what it means lamad, what it means to learn. When we learn Torah Kedosha, we connect it to Torah Kedosha, and we sacrifice everything else for the sake of Torah Kedosha. Then Torah, which is the source of Rachmanas, Rachmana Amatiku, the Shorish of all Rachmanas lies in the Torah, will give us B'yat Hashem a year of Shnas Gula v'Yeshua, a Shnas Bracha, which will be zoiche written in the Sefer Shel Tzadikim Gemurim. Siva Chasima Torah.
So if you would have been from the Eits Hadas, yeah, then all would have been good.
All good, yeah. All good. Ook gelijk met de kasje met gesproken, zeg ik wir hier beim Permit zu Shanema. Adon noch mit man sit kayak per viade. Jetzt gerade die skada schwei rabo. Ja, da wird sie ja mal sein ja, was wir gut haben gut. Sie da. Ja, ich kann mir bei der Gerade dabei ist so, aber gut, man kann mir mal. Ja, du da mit der jo, ich brauche mich aber mit Bobby Samis da. Das hat da wir zahlen wir alles bei der Kitchen. Eliyahu ben Kabel kurz, wenn ich raus ist, kurz Nechama soll mir bei allem mir mal. Ali so war wurde was damit ein, kalm mit damit kalm das wir reisen der Welt da die wir gaan samen da. Ja, heile kein Stummer, aber ich habe gestern recht mit mir gaan riechen mit seiner wie gehen wir können wieder mit zwei bei Aro mir mal. Ja, Stummer haben zwei wir gehen, da mal alleine weil gerade ist drüber mir mal. Also schon mit Raim auf die Berach, wo ja schon alleine weil gerade ist drüber mir mal.
Okay, wir können es dann sexuell.
When's the year? Amud? Amud, do? Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, we speak. Yeah, Shmoni. Oh, when's the year? What's the name? It's the river. It's the river. Oh, when's the year? When's the year? Thank you. I'll have a link to it. I'm going to post it and I'll send it to my mother, maybe. Send it. You know what you're doing yet? I'll send it out to you. I just something we said I was discussing with Shai. You mentioned a few years ago about
Canaan, that you were Meraglim.
Oh,
The brothers, yeah.
Oh.
Explain it to Shai. Why would the
They were
brothers?
right. Went to spy out at Mitzrayim to see how much they are involved in the Olam HaSheker. The counter. They went to see, they were really miraculous. What's miraculous? To see what they do.
Right.
And learn from them. Yeah. So they were right, wasn't lying. It was a tactic to know how much you have to be involved in Avodah Hashem. Is learned from how much the Goyim are involved in the Olam Hazeh. So he went to see what they're doing out there.
Right.
And say, wow, you spend so much money for this yacht. Wow, how much you have to spend for a Sefer Torah? You know, so they were actually miraculous. They were trying to spy out, see how much they had done.
So what I'm saying to you is that the part of the role of what Yiddish is to see what is the material world doing, and therefore that guides my spiritual world. The material is that intense.
Very good. Very good.
Right.
Very good. Okay, shkoyach.
Thank you. I remember your shkoyach. Thank you.
Which brothers what?
Who were the Meraglim?
No, by Harry. Meraglim at them. Lyris,
So he said a few years ago.
Doors and everything.
Yeah.
I know you guys. Harry said.